Agnes Moorehead hated her role on Bewitched. This is why. Agnes Moorehead was one of the most versatile and accomplished actresses of the 20th century, known for her powerful performances across radio, film, television, and stage. Born on December 6, 1900, in Clinton, Massachusetts, Moorehead developed a passion for acting at an early age. Raised in a devout Presbyterian household, her father was a minister, and this influenced much of her early life, particularly instilling a sense of discipline and integrity that would carry through her career. Agnes excelled in academics, eventually earning degrees from Muskingum College in Ohio and furthering her studies at the University of Wisconsin and the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York City. Her background in education and her intellectual approach to her craft made her an especially formidable figure in the entertainment industry. Moorehead's acting career began on radio, where she quickly became a staple in the genre. One of her most famous roles was on the long-running radio series The Shadow, where she played Margot Lane. However, her breakthrough in radio came through her collaboration with Orson Welles, a visionary filmmaker and radio pioneer. Moorehead joined Welles' Mercury Theatre troupe and appeared in the legendary broadcast of The War of the Worlds in 1938, which caused nationwide panic due to its realistic portrayal of an alien invasion. Her rich, versatile voice made her a favorite in radio dramas, and she appeared in hundreds of radio plays during the golden age of the medium. Welles also cast her in his groundbreaking film Citizen Kane, 1941, where she played the mother of the titular character, marking her entry into Hollywood. Her transition from radio to film was seamless, and she quickly gained a reputation as a character actress with incredible range. Moorehead's ability to portray complex and emotionally charged characters led to some of her most memorable performances. She earned 4 Academy Award nominations for her supporting roles in films like The Magnificent Ambersons, 1942, where she gave a standout performance as Fanny Minifer, a woman torn by unrequited love and familial conflict. Her portrayal was noted for its emotional depth and subtlety, showcasing her talent for transforming supporting characters into rich, central figures in the story. Though she never won an Oscar, Moorehead's performances continued to earn critical acclaim. She appeared in films such as Mrs. Parkington, 1944, and Johnny Belinda, 1948, further solidifying her status as one of the most talented actresses of her time. Moorehead had an extraordinary ability to elevate every role she took on, regardless of the size of the part. One of her most iconic performances came in Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte, 1964, where she played Velma Cruther, the devoted but suspicious housekeeper. Her portrayal brought her a Golden Globe Award and another Oscar nomination. Throughout her film career, she worked alongside some of Hollywood's biggest stars and directors, yet she never allowed herself to be overshadowed. While Moorehead's film career was impressive, her television career brought her even more widespread recognition. In the 1960s, she took on the role of Endora, the witty and glamorous witch, on the beloved television series Bewitched. Endora, the mother of the show's protagonist Samantha Stevens, was a fan-favorite character. Moorehead infused the role with a combination of humor, sharp wit, and a touch of theatrical flair that made her unforgettable. Her performance as Endora was both comedic and powerful, often stealing scenes with her impeccable timing and commanding presence. The role of Endora showcased Moorehead's ability to balance lighthearted humor with a sense of dignity, which was a hallmark of her career. Bewitched ran from 1964 to 1972, making Moorehead a household name and earning her several Emmy nominations. Agnes Moorehead, despite her immense talent and remarkable range as an actress, famously disliked her role as Endora on the hit television show Bewitched. While she portrayed the character with flair, turning Endora into one of the most iconic TV witches of all time, her personal feelings toward the role were far from enthusiastic. Moorehead, a classically trained actress with an extensive background in radio, film, and theater, had established a reputation as one of Hollywood's most respected character actresses. She had earned multiple Academy Award nominations for her work in films like The Magnificent Ambersons and Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte, and she had appeared in numerous prestigious productions, including Orson Welles' Citizen Kane. This impressive resume made her involvement in a lighthearted sitcom feel, to her, like a step down from the more serious dramatic roles that had defined her career. Moorehead's frustration stemmed largely from her perception that Bewitched did not provide her the opportunity to fully utilize her acting skills. In Dora, the flamboyant, meddlesome mother-in-law of Elizabeth Montgomery's character Samantha was undoubtedly a memorable character, but Moorehead felt the role lacked the depth and complexity of her previous work. The sitcom's focus on whimsical magic and comedic family dynamics likely seemed trivial to someone accustomed to performing in serious dramas and films that addressed weightier social issues or allowed for greater character exploration. In addition to the role itself, Moorehead reportedly resented being typecast as Dora. While her performance garnered praise and she became a fan favorite, she was pigeonholed by the role, with many viewers and casting directors associating her exclusively with the character. This was a common issue for actors in long-running TV series, but it was especially disheartening for Moorehead, who had spent decades crafting a diverse and distinguished career. The constant public association with Dora overshadowed her earlier achievements in the eyes of the public, leading to a sense of frustration that her legacy might be diminished by a single, albeit popular, television character. Moorehead also had a complicated relationship with the show's production itself. Bewitched was centered around the marriage between a witch, Samantha, and her mortal husband, Darren, played by Dick York, and later Dick Sargent. While Montgomery, York, and later Sargent were central to the show's narrative, Moorehead's character, as one of the magical supporting characters, often appeared in secondary or tertiary storylines. This left Moorehead feeling sidelined, as her involvement in many episodes was more comedic relief than pivotal to the plot. As an actress who thrived in roles that challenged her, the formulaic and repetitive nature of Bewitched's sitcom structure likely contributed to her dissatisfaction. Another factor contributing to Moorehead's unhappiness was her strained relationship with some of her co-stars. Although she reportedly had a great deal of respect for Elizabeth Montgomery, Moorehead's feelings toward other members of the cast were not always as positive. For example, she was said to have disliked Dick York, who played Darren in the early seasons. Their personalities clashed, and she reportedly found it difficult to work with him. Even after York was replaced by Dick Sargent, Moorehead's frustration with the show and its creative direction remained. Additionally, Agnes Moorehead had strong religious beliefs, and there were rumors that she was uncomfortable with the themes of witchcraft and magic that were central to the show. Moorehead was a devout Christian, and some reports suggest that she felt conflicted about participating in a series that, even in a comedic and fantastical context, revolved around sorcery. Although she continued her role for 8 seasons, her personal reservations about the content may have deepened her overall dissatisfaction with the series. In interviews, Moorehead rarely spoke publicly about her distaste for the role, likely out of professionalism and respect for the show's success. However, behind the scenes, she made little effort to hide her frustration. As the years passed, Moorehead's disdain for her role on Bewitched became one of the more well-known behind-the-scenes stories in Hollywood. Despite her personal feelings, she continued to deliver excellent performances as Dora, a testament to her professionalism and dedication to her craft. She remained committed to the show until it ended in 1972, even as she grew increasingly weary of the role. Ultimately, Moorehead's experience on Bewitched is a reminder of the complex relationship actors can have with their most famous roles. While Dora cemented her place in television history and introduced her to a new generation of fans, the role also represented a source of personal and professional frustration for Moorehead. Though she is remembered for her legendary work across multiple mediums, the contrast between her prestigious career and her feelings toward Bewitched highlights the sacrifices actors sometimes make for popular success. Despite the mainstream popularity of Bewitched, Moorehead continued to pursue challenging roles on stage and in film, always maintaining a deep commitment to her craft. She had a deep love for the theater and returned to the stage whenever possible, performing in productions of plays like Don Juan in Hell and The Rivals. Her work in theater demonstrated her versatility as an actress, proving that she could command the attention of an audience in both intimate and grand settings. Moorehead's theatrical background also influenced her work in other mediums, as she approached each role with a level of seriousness and professionalism that was evident to all who worked with her. Moorehead passed away on April 30, 1974, at the age of 73, after a battle with uterine cancer. Her death marked the end of an era in Hollywood, but her legacy continues to influence actors and audiences alike. In 1994, she was posthumously inducted into the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Hall of Fame, a testament to her enduring impact on the industry. To this day, she is remembered not only for her iconic role as Endora but also for her numerous unforgettable performances that have stood the test of time.